Okay. Okay, very good evening to everyone. Hi, how's everyone doing? Hope that whatever that is happening at wherever you are staying safe. You know, you are taking care of yourself. Make sure you always practice self-care. Yeah. Okay. So my name is Rita Rozaidi. I'm the partner of AWEK. And also I'll be one of the speakers today. So I'm glad to be here with the rest. Okay, I think I'll just brief a bit about AWEK. So AWEK actually is a colloquial Malay word which represents the women tribe in Malaysia. Okay, so it's a very common word. Usually Malays will say it, but as a Malaysian, every Malaysian knows the word AWEK. So in a deeper context, AWEK actually represents women empowerment. Okay, so AWEK, AWEK stands for Absolute Women Empowerment, and K is for Kuala Lumpur. So I do not want to, drag this. I think I'll just pass to our moderator for today, Miss Aruna Santhappan, to take over. And yeah, let's have some fun. Go ahead, Aruna.
Right. Hi, guys, everyone.
Hi, Aruna.
Again, for having me again in the AWEK platform. I think this is the second time. First time I was as a speaker, and I've been promoted. I can just say that I've been a moderator today. It's always fun to come back to this kind of platform, which is they are really seeing that how important that women are growing together in the same environment that whoever it is. And I appreciate the effort that the AWEKs are taking. And today we definitely have wonderful speakers with us. And all of them actually happen to be in the industry, in the fitness and sport industry. And that's another one exciting things, which is like, I think lately, as I mentioned last time as well, people's awareness towards fitness have become better. I feel personally have become better, maybe because due to they have a better time. So, that could be one of the reasons. No more driving, everyone stay at home. They need to make their kids entertain. That's another one big task that you need to do. Apart from go back to school. I believe the parents actually have been go back to school. They are the one who doing the homeworks and stuff. So, this is another part of them to being involved in exercise and sports activities. So let me introduce myself first. My name is Aruna, and I'm currently working as a sport and exercise sport officers in National Sport Institute, or we know as the ISN. I'm also a former netball player. And so today's topic, patient, purpose, and perseverance. I think this is one of the topics that I feel after I've been in this industry and how much I have grown, maybe my career start with these three. We always say that there's 5 elements for us to success, apart from we didn't touch both today, which is patience and persistence. But this key, the 5P we call, patience, persistence, perseverance, purpose, and what else? Patience. Did I mention that? Yeah, okay. So all these 5 keys actually an element of success. So, I'm from someone from a small town, just follow my passions not to be in school. So I happen to be in field. So, I got the chance, and at the age of 14, I represent my country. I won my first gold medal in SEA Games when I was 14. So it's just happened, I know that I'm doing correct thing. I follow my passions and I have a purpose. Every time I'm in the court, every time I score the goal, I score for my teammate. So that's the purpose of me. It's not for me, but I make sure that I score for the girls, And perseverance, I can really say that, the training is really, really hard. Trust me. We almost cry. We almost climb all the stairs all the way to up. Sometimes we just roll. We couldn't even have the energy to climb, or, literally can't even put a foot in the mouth. But that is the perseverance, I can say that, to make us that an athlete who we are. So that's a bit of me. And I believe our speakers have much more to say about it. And I'm really, really keen to listen to all of them. So without delay, I would like to invite our first speaker, Miss Ili. And she's someone, I believe, from a blue collar. And I believe, I'm not sure whether she's an architect or engineer, but maybe she can enlighten us with that. And she started something as a hobby for her, and now it became her passion. So, without further delay, Ili, the floor is yours. Introduce yourself a bit to our audience.
All right, thank you so much, Aruna, for the introduction. Hi, everyone. Assalamualaikum, and a very good evening to all. My name is Ili, known as Ili, or in my Instagram, usually people tag me as Elevated, my brand name on my social media. I'm 28 this year, and talking about, I'm actually working as a risk analyst. Not currently, I worked as a risk analyst before, and now currently I'm changing career pathway towards something that I love to do and passionate about. So that is why I'm here today to talk about where from hobby it becomes to a passion and becomes to a career path. So what I can say right now, I'm just a very, very newbie. I'm a very fresh, I can say I'm a fresh face inside this fitness industry, because coming from a background that is not from a sports science or fitness related career or degree, I can consider myself a very fresh face coming into a very big demographic of a sports and fitness industry. I studied in Drake University before, taking my actuarial science degree, and came back and straight away work as a risk analyst in a communication company. At first, my job was something that I like. And then I have my hobby, which is for me, I am actually a sports person. I'm a little bit athletic since I was a kid. I started with handball, and then move on towards badminton, and then move on towards volleyball. I was very athletic and very a sports person to say. But I'm not really exposed on towards like functional movements or strengthening or probably running a half marathon. I was not exposed to that when I was little. I was mostly on sports. So how did I came into a hobby to become a passion? So actually I have this one journey that I would love to share with everyone. I used to be an obese person before, and it was not once; it's actually twice in the whole year of my 28 years of living in this earth. So at first, even though I was athletic, sports, but my weight doesn't really reflect that I'm athletic. I was a big person. I also do like those kind of like throw what apa lontar peluru, what is in English, yeah. What was it? Shot put. Yes, I did shot put because of I have much more. I'm stronger than other people. I have bigger bones. I have like those kind of things that they throw it on me. So I was 75 kilograms when when I was 16 years old, which is considered as quite big back then. And for someone that is in high school, it was quite big. And then I actually reached a point that I got, okay, this is going to be a little bit funny. I reached a point that I got my first boyfriend. So I was like, okay, a turning point. I want to look pretty for myself and for my boyfriend as well. So that's what I started to do running every day. Every day I run, but I never actually exposed towards functional training, strength training. I just did run every single day, every morning, every evening during my high school years. So I managed to shed down until I was 58 kilograms. And then for that time around, I didn't really practice a good I can say a good weight loss journey, a good healthy food. Because for me back then, it was more on, okay, I just want to be skinny. To be skinny is you have to restrict yourself. You have to cut sugar, you have to cut carbs, you don't eat rice, you only eat chapati every day. That was my mindset before, because I was very young, I was not exposed. And then back then I think it's during 2010, the technology was not as advanced as today. Google is not as fast as today, so it was really restrict back then. It's more on how I need to go to the library and then search, do my own research. So it was really different back then for me. And then because I didn't practice a healthy lifestyle, it's more on, okay, I need to look skinny, because skinny is the norm back then. And then I don't really eat food, so it actually take a toll into my lifestyle and my well-being. So I was very sad kind of person, I can say. And also I don't really look as my age. I look much more older back then. But then when I started, that was after I finished my SPM. I started my college years, so I flew to the States to take my degree in natural science. And back then, I think probably because a change of environment. I was trying to adapt, and then activities was really full. I was preoccupied with with student life. I was very active in terms of my curricula, and I didn't really take care of myself. So plus, there in the States, I think Jacqueline from the States, right? So in the States, there are 4 seasons, and during winter, I was like a bear. So I actually eat a lot, so to make sure I'm prepared for the winter. And the winter time, I was in my own cave, Especially I studied in Iowa, and Iowa winter was so harsh. There's times that we didn't go to classes for nearly 2 weeks because the winter storm was very bad. So I was on my bed with my laptop and with my macaroni and cheese on my right hand. So that was really bad. I didn't realize, because even though I know that I'm practicing a bad lifestyle, but I didn't really punish myself for being that bad. I mean, I don't really like uh, put a shame of how I look, how I feel. I feel like this is me. This is still me. I want to wear whatever I want, even though I feel big or whatever. All the cultural events, I wear sari, I wear cheongsam. Doesn't matter despite what size I am during that time. So for me, that I feel like it's okay. It's my choice. I made that choice to be that big. So I just being acceptable of what form I was in back then, and then things came to realization when I graduated. And then I feel like, okay, I wanted to start sports again, because sport was my hobby back then. I loved to play badminton and volleyball. And then when I started, I had this complications starting when I start working out. So I have back pain, I have knee pain, ankle pain. So all kind of pains were coming out when I started to become more active. And I feel like, okay, I just cannot do sport and push myself all out. I really need to take a look into the overall of my healthiness and my wellness and my food and what I eat, what I do every day, to make sure that I need to shed down some weight so I can be much more efficient and effective during my sports activities. So that was my first main point when I started my second weight loss journey. My first was about boyfriend, so that was not really really a big deal about that. But the second one is when I realized that I want to be efficient for my sports activity, because that was my first hobby. And I feel like, okay, I just cannot do sports. I really need to increase my cardiovascular and increase my strength. That is when I was exposed to strength training, functional movements, and also high intensity interval training. So that is the point where I start to fell in love doing those kind of things rather than just doing sports, because it comes hand in hand. When you being efficient on doing certain workouts, certain functional movements actually help you to improve when you're doing your sports activity. So that's what I came to realization when I started to get into a very detail on my weight loss journey. So the first 6 months was the most eye opening for me, because I learned a lot of stuff about myself, a lot of stuff about food, nutrition, and also the HIIT movement and what I love to do. A platform for me to actually release the stress that I start working and all the environment that is changing after I moved back to Malaysia. So from there, it was in 2018 that I started to lose about 25 kg for the first 6 months. I really took care of my food, my nutrition, my calorie intakes. I jot down everything. I have a journal, my fitness journal. I was really disciplined back then, because I know if you want to achieve something, you need to have discipline. You need to have, like Aruna said, perseverance. So all of this need to come in hand to, if you want to achieve something, not just in your fitness journey or weight loss journey. I think it can be applicable towards anything that you want to achieve. So those values. So I managed to shed down 25 kilograms, and after that, I've become like a little bit lighter and trying to expand my knowledge and my interest. So that's where I start with what do you call that? It's a CrossFit. CrossFit. I started CrossFit a little bit, and I fell in love as well. So all the things for me, I am the type that I would like to try something, even though it's not familiar in Malaysia or not familiar with other people. It's because it's an opportunity to learn something, and if you fell in love with it, that's something is a bonus point along the way. So I tried a lot of things for the past since 2018 up until now, and to the point of, okay, it's become a daily routine, a daily habit of every morning wake up at 6:37, working out, go to classes, and then along the way I meet a lot of people, getting to know a lot of people, not just the trainers but actually people who actually who join classes outside classes, the studio classes. I actually a member of Celebrity Fitness before. So, so from there, there's always a community in Celebrity Fitness. There's always a group that always joins certain classes. From there, I make friends, and then I knew some certain people, and then I venture out towards boutique studios when ClassPass came in, a platform that actually connected all the boutique studios under one platform. And then from there, I learned a lot of things along the way, and to one point I feel like I'm doing this and I bring along my friends, I knew new friends, made new friends, and why not having this as a career? If the things that I do actually makes me happy to help people around me, to help the community, and why not just shifting that and make it as a career? So an opportunity came by last year during after the first PKP, the first MCO 3.0. So me and a few friends of mine that actually in the same alignment, same mindset of want to help the community, want to build a community, fitness community. We actually not bought, we actually rented a studio at nearby my house. So we start from there, and then I started to take some certain certifications on fitness certifications, science of exercise, and learn some nutrition programs. So along the way, I've take up bit by bit just to solidify myself to become a weight loss coach, to help to get my journey to help other people in need. Yeah, so hi Joyce. Okay, one of my participant Joyce is inside as well, a few of them right now. So and then from there, but at that point I was doing double job. So double job, I was having my full-time job, 9 to 5, with the risk analyst job, and also part-timing, coaching people on losing weight in a healthy way, advocating fitness and wellness to people's life, and also doing content creation for my social media. So it was really full, and I was a little bit stressed out because I know we only have 24 hours in a day, and then we're doing something that is being paid, and then at the same time you're a hobby that is already turned into a passion. So a passion that I wanted to help more people outside, because I realized that not all people, actually not most, I can see, I think it's just 5 to 10% people are actually well educated on the fitness industry, and there's a huge chunk that are still there that's always asking the same question, like when I was in high school. And then when I did one talk towards a group of students, about 100 students, regarding about how guide to weight management, they were very shocked on the facts that I've stated to them, and they were like, okay, I never knew that we can still eat rice and lose weight. I thought if you want to lose weight, we have to 100% cut rice, 100% cut the dessert, 100% is everything 100% cutting. So it was a eye opener at first, because when I started to go into this path, I just wanted to share what I learned to the community, and then I realized that there's a lot of people still that needed this kind of education, that needed this kind of a knowledge regarding about losing weight. Because I know people want to lose weight because they want to be skinny, want to look nice. But for me, I feel like the mindset need to be changed. It's not about losing weight to be skinny and look nice. It's actually to lose weight to have a better well-being, feel happier inside, that will actually radiate it outside. So that is what I'm trying to advocate for people, because I know a lot of people want to chase losing weight at a very shorter time. So it's really going to have side effects if they're they are not really properly look at what are they looking at losing weight, what are they inserting into the journey. Sometimes it can be stressful, and that's why a lot of people rebound back towards their old habits. So from there, I actually quit my 9 to 5 job recently. Yeah, to be said, honestly, to be said, I just recently quit my 9 to 5 job about 2 months ago, and doing this full time. I never felt happier. I never felt happier. I feel like a burden just released from my shoulders, because before this, I'm trying to multitask 2 jobs at a time, because the demands on the fitness journey and the content creation is just as high demands as my 9 to 5 job. So it was trying to balance out. In the end, I do not have a work-life balance. It's more on work. But once I decided, I know it's a risk. It's a very big risk. A lot of people have asked, why are you taking a risk during this pandemic? And I feel like you only live once. If you think that right now is not a suitable time, what is the suitable time? So that is the moment that one of my friends that actually actually shared with me, because I have this in between, like, should I or should I not? So when she said that, oh, you only live once, you need to think, if you're not, there's no better time. There's no always the right time. You won't find the right time. The right time is when you decide whether you want to do it or not. So that's why I feel like, okay, if I'm much more efficient doing a passionate job, a passionate career path, then I should just switch to that job and put 100% of my effort towards advocating and also coaching people regarding about with fitness and wellness overall. So yeah, so that is my story. I hope that take so much of the time.
No, I'm literally speechless. You almost have about 3-4 questions, and you literally answers everything. Then I'm speechless. Oh. I ask now. But that's a lot that you actually have to share with us. Like, you from I'm probably can recap from your school life all the way to now, until making a decision of quitting a job, to 9 to 5 a job, which is, I believe, a stable job and everything, especially during a pandemic time. That's a really brave of you. But like, what really makes you to have that kind of thoughts? Like, really, you believe that this can be happen in this fitness industry, that it can be stable? Like, what's make you believe that you can really jump into this and leave your 5 to 9 job?
Okay, good question. So when I had the thought, is actually came up 2 months before the pandemic, the new MCO started. So I was thinking of, okay, right now, since the first MCO started in Malaysia, everyone has moved towards a social media platform. Everyone has moved online. So online is actually the best platform if you want to try to brand yourself, try to sell what you're selling right now. So I wanted to take the opportunity to be 100% online and tap into the market of people always scrolling on the social media. So that's why I feel like, if right now, because I'm working in a telecommunication industry, and I already see all the numbers, all the data's used by Malaysians, and how crucial is it to be on the internet right now. So from there, I feel okay, this is the best opportunity before COVID. Not that saying that I'm wishing COVID going to be longer or anything. It's just that it's an opportunity that came out during this pandemic, where everyone is online and everyone is looking for something to release their stress. So from there, I feel like, okay, I had enough with a 1-year job, working from home, and trying to manage 2 jobs. And I feel like this is the time to get into 100% of the social media platform and trying to advocate people on the internet. So that is the turning point. And then suddenly PKP came back, the MCO 3.0 came back, which is one more opportunity came up for an online platform business. So this is an opportunity, I can say.
Yeah, you're taking right opportunity at right time, that is one another brave thing, that when you really know that what's your knowledge all about. And I believe all your experience has really taught you well and everything. But since you have a personal experience of losing weight, not once, but twice, so how difficult it is, like, it sounds easy to say, I lose 25 kilo, I lose 30 kilo, you can say it easily on the numbers. But I believe the journey is not very easy. So by having all the knowledge, I believe like you were saying that the first time was not as many information that you have, but the second time you have a better information and knowing the knowledge. How important to approach the right person at the right time? Since you're already in this industry, how helpful that will be?
Well, everyone has their own opinions. Everyone have their own set of views, point of views. But in the end, when we take a look, because in this industry, because everyone trying to be a fitfluencer, just by showing something, okay, you are already authorized as a fitfluencer. I hate that name actually. Like fitfluencer, it's more on, for me, I like to advocate people that like the right way, have the same understanding on the main basic knowledge of how to lose weight. Like the first time around when I lose weight, I do not know what is calorie, I do not know what is BMR, AMR, I do not know all those scientific words. But then when I go to second round and I know calorie deficit, calorie surplus, all those main basic knowledge, just to get that understanding at first, and trying to put it out to the public and get the public get that main understanding is the most important part to reach to people, because everyone has they grow from a different background. I can say they grow from a different background. They grow from everyone is coming from different background. So trying to educate people on different background takes a lot of effort. You need to know that B40 approach is different, M40 approach is different, T20 approach is different. So these three different people, different background, we need to know how we're going to tap to the market. So most importantly, like how I can relate with my weight loss journey, and then I have actually coached a lot of people who exactly has the same journey and has the same habit, the same mindset, and the same basic knowledge, which is just looking at calories. You have enough food, enough protein, enough carb, and you are in your calorie deficit, and you working out just to make sure you have that long-term wellness benefit, will eventually get you to lose weight on a progressive level. So for me, it's a starting point is the most difficult point, especially for those who actually left out. Okay, I 3 months MCO, now I need to start back from zero. But the main thing that you don't have to think about, I need to start back from zero. You just have to think, you just need to start. Don't compare yourself now with 3 months before. If you compare now with 3 months before, then you're gonna have a hard time to start. You're gonna keep on reminiscing old memories. No, you can take that as a booster, but don't take that as a mood defier. Okay, so that is, I always talk to people about that. 3 months before, yes, things have passed, it's okay. Now this today and moving forward, then you need to think about that. So about so for me, when I started my journey, it's always ups and downs. There's always obstacles. There's no such thing called that, okay, smooth sailing until reach until to the peak. No, there's no such thing. There's always some valleys, there's always mountains you need to climb. There's always things going on in life, and that is how we adapt to our life. Because if it's always static, it's like, in some people say in the doctor medical term, static means you're dead already. so means if you have ups and downs, mean okay, there's still life in there. So that is how I take it, as all the ups and downs as lessons and ways to improve yourself. So same goes to your weight loss journey. When you're starting, the starting is always the hardest point. When you achieve that, when you're able to push through your hardest point, everything will become easy for you. You will do it without thinking. So the hardest point to push through, to break through, to be persevere, is that starting point. The starting point, it will take hard for you, your body to adapt. Same goes if you change, you move to a certain new place, you're going to take time for you to adapt. You don't always 100%, okay, I'm okay, good already. I'm already know what's my life going to be when I move to a new place. So same goes with weight loss journey, same goes to other things, same goes whatever happens to our life. We want to start something new, then we have to try to adapt that difficulty on the first beginning before we can push through to the next point of life. So that is how I look at, I think my package is coming already, because I haven't get my bird cheesecake. So the guy is calling me right now.
Jacqueline couldn't get one. I guess this time she's far away. So yeah, it was very interesting actually, the whole way that you are telling, you know, your experience, how this one. But the one question that I really have is like, how much do you happy? I believe you are very much happy, but how much do you say that you don't regret from taking your hobby as to be your passion, and now it's become your career? So do you think that you will continue this and then add more, or what's your plan?
Well, my plan, there's always a certain time period that I put myself towards into. So I'm looking at the next 6 months, how I'm going to progress with this career path, how I'm going to progress in this fitness industry, because I'm looking at not just doing weight loss coach, because I'm doing content creation as well in social media. So I'm looking at that next 6 months, how I'm going to progress. And after that, I'm going to think later on.
Okay, that's really interesting. Like, you know, take it one at a time. That's
Yes.
a very good approach as well. So for all those people who are listening, if they are still holding their passion, they're holding their hobby and still scared, what will your one message to them?
Okay, one message to them: if the thing that you are doing, the passion that you're doing really sparks your interest, really make you push, make you, when you wake up the next morning, you feel like you can't wait to do that, you go for it. Don't put your life when you have to wake up and think twice, oh my god, I need to work today. I actually just watched Gary V talking about laziness. Actually everyone is lazy when they need to do something that they don't like. So everyone is lazy. So when they feel like they they want to do something, they will take time to do it. But if they want to do something they like, they always keep pushing towards it. So I'll make it happen. Yes, make it happen. That's what it was really interesting because I was on TikTok. So TikTok was like, probably the past few days I was talking about passion with my friends, and then TikTok just flew up, the advertisement flew out into my timeline, and I was like, oh, this is such a good point of view of how Gary Vee looking at laziness. Yes, and I agree with him. If you don't like something you do, you're gonna push it back. You just you don't feel like doing it. So ask again yourself, if you don't like doing this, you try to go to look first on what you like to do. What are your passions going to your passions your passions are. Then you don't have to think twice. Go for it. But still, I need to take into consideration your environment as well, what you're having, what your responsibility. Don't make a decision that actually will affect people who are under your responsibility, because I know we are doing the decision for ourselves, but for those who have family, they need to take it as overall and not just for yourself. But for my situation, I'm by myself, so I'm still good to go.
Less responsibility, but yes, you need to think, and I believe your risk analyze background have really taught you well. You know, you really take everything in consideration before you jump into whatever you're doing as well.
Yes, that is true. That is true. Really true. I have my backups too, but the thing is, I just go for
follow
it.
the passion with backups. Maybe that's something that you really have to think about and everything.
Yeah.
So thank you so much. All right, it's very fantastic to talk to you, and I believe that maybe we can, if the audience have questions, maybe we'll come back to you again. But thank you for sharing, and I believe all our audience are really into your topic as well. So passions again. Thank you so much, Ili. All right.
Welcome.